It has not been a bang-up year for the New England Patriots. Last week they were facing the Miami Dolphins, which only made matters worse.
This is Rick Weaver along with Lou Creekmer and Henry Barrow back at Foxborough, Massachusetts. Plumbing the tight end, Crusan and Evans the tackles. And Larry, let's see, is Larry Little starting at right guard? He is. Little and Kuchenberg the guards and Langer at center. Double wide receivers deployed to the far side are Twilley and Stowe, as Morrill sets his ball club with a first down from our 20-yard line, waiting for the snap. Here is the handoff. Csonka finds a hole in the middle across the 25, out to the 27-yard line. And there is he needs about 68 yards now to break the 1,000-yard mark. And it'll be a second down and 3 for the Dolphins coming up from their 27-yard line. Here's the handoff and a trap play. Morris, big hole, 30, 35, and he's got the first down, and he was tripped up at the 36-yard line, but not before he picks up a first down. First down, Dolphins from our 36-yard line, waiting for the snap. Here's the handoff. Morris starts inside, cuts outside, gets the corner turn at the 40, and he's going to be wrestled to the ground by linebacker Ron Axe along the near sideline at about the 41 or 42-yard line. Bob Kuchenberg out in front leading the blocking. Second down and 5, Dolphins from our 41. Here's Morrill, hands off to Morris, digs his way across the left side, and he has another first down, so it would appear from here across the 45 out to about the 48-yard line.
Rick, every Sunday I'm more impressed with that offensive line. Just a beautiful hole there on that left side with Kuchenberg and Crusan opening it up and Little blasting through there. Boy, I'm telling you what blocking.
It'll be a second down, and we'll call it 8 from the midfield stripe. Stowe splits left, fully to the near side. Split backs are Morris and Csonka in behind Morrill. From the 50, Morrill fakes the handoff, goes back to throw, lost one down the near side, complete to Morris, and he's belted out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Mercury Morris, a great over-the-shoulder catch as Morrill lofted the ball to him, just a straight fly pattern down the near side with Morris out of the backfield, and the Dolphins pick up an excellent field position with a 25-yard pass completion from Morrill to Mercury Morris and a first down at the New England 25-yard line. The ball is at the New England 29-yard line. They break out of the huddle. Twilley and Stowe split off to the far side, and Warfield, making his first appearance in a couple of weeks, comes to the near side, and now a little mix-up as Twilley races back over to the near side. Csonka and Kick remain the setbacks. Back to throw goes Morrill. He sets up, has time, he's firing, it is overthrown, incomplete. So Garrow comes in to try a field goal, and this will be a 36-yard attempt. Yepremian on the season has 15 for 27, and Morrill will hold. Waiting for the snap. Here it is, set down, the kick is up, he has the distance, it is perfect. With 10 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter, the Dolphins score on a drive in 10 plays, culminated with a 36-yard field goal by Garrow Yepremian, actually an 80-yard drive, and Yepremian kicks a 36-yard field goal. Dolphin football action continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts with the score. The Dolphins 3 and the Patriots nothing. Patriots will start from their 20-yard line, moving from our right to our left. And we'll set the offense for you. For New England, Bataha and Rucker will be the wide receivers. Plunkett will be the quarterback. And we'll check out the running backs for you in just a moment. Josh Ashton and John Tarver will be the running backs. Dolphins defense, Denherter, Fernandez, Hines, and Stanfield are the defensive front four. Swift, Bonaconte, and Colin are the linebackers. Foley and Johnson, the quarterbacks, and Scott and Anderson are the safeties. All right, Plunkett brings his ball club up. The split backs are Tarver and Ashton on a second down and 7. Bataha splits to the near side, and Rucker off to the far side. Plunkett hands off on the draw play, and hitting a hole in the middle, getting out across the 30-yard line, 35, out to the 39-yard line is John Tarver. Okay, the Patriots have their first down. They deploy wide receivers Bataha and Rucker to the near side. Maitland and Ashton are the running backs. Now Rucker goes in motion. Off to the far side of the field from the New England 41. Plunkett drops deep to throw. He fires in the middle. It is complete to the tight end, Bob Windsor. He's knocked down at the Miami 49-yard line, and that's going to be close to another first down. They did not achieve a first down. The ball is just across the 50. It's about a half yard to go. Second down and a half yard. From the Dolphin 49 and a half, the handoff goes to Ashton, and he did not make it, at least it would appear from here, trying to sweep to the right. And he's brought down right at the 50-yard line by middle linebacker Nick Bonaconte and the strong safety Dick Anderson. The ball is still at the Dolphin 49 and a half yard line. Third down and less than a yard to go for a first down. We have 7:35 left to go in the first quarter. Dolphins lead 3-0 on Yepremian's 36-yard field goal. Ashton and Tarver are the split-backs in behind Plunkett. Waiting for the snap. From the Dolphin 49.5, everybody jumps, flags go down, and we'll get the infraction, whether the Dolphins jumped first or whether they were lured offside. Illegal procedure against the Pats, puts the ball back at their 46. Third down and 6, Patriots from their 46-yard line. On the snap, Plunkett drops to throw. He fires for the near side. Is dropped by Ashton. So they're going to have to give it up, and punter Pat Studstill comes in. The line of scrimmage is the Patriots' 46-yard line, and Studstill stands back at the 31. 7:16 to go in the first quarter. Here's the snap. He gets it out of there. It's a beauty. He hangs a beauty up there, way up in the air, and it's deep, bounces at the 5, and goes dead at the goal line. Let's see what they're going to call it. The ball is blown dead right at the goal line, and he got a whiff in there. That was a beauty, and they're going to call it in the end zone and bring it out to the 20. They rule that the ball went into the end zone. It was not down at the goal line. If it touches any part of the goal line, of course, it's in the end zone. And so, a 54-yard punt by Pat Studstill, and that was a dandy. There's a timeout on the field. Dolphin football action continues from Foxborough, Mass. The score, our Dolphins 3 and the Patriots nothing. On the handoff on the first play from scrimmage following the timeout, it goes to Csonka. He slants over the right side, and he gets 6 yards out to about the Dolphin 26-yard line before he is brought down by the defensive left end, Jim White. Csonka and Morris, the split-backs in behind Morrill, 2nd down and 4. Earl dropping to throw. He has time. He's firing deep for Stowe down the far sideline. It is picked off. Back to the 35, at the 40, 45, to the 50, and run out of bounds on the far side in Dolphins territory at the 36-yard line is Honor Jackson, a rookie playing at the safety spot from the University of the Pacific. Honor Jackson picked it off. It was intended for Stowe. The ball was underthrown, and Stowe had to cut back in and slow up a bit. There was a deep pattern down the far sideline, and Jackson got in between the ball and Stowe, picked it off back at about the Patriots 35, and runs it back to the Miami 36-yard line. On 4th down, Mike Walker, who, as we said, is called, referred to around here as Superfoot. He won a kicking contest as they were looking for one. He's from Great Britain. It'll be a 40-yard attempt. He is a right-footed soccer-style kicker. 1 for 4 on the campaign. Waiting for the snap. Here it is, set down. The kick is up. It is being held up by the wind, and it is no good. Off to the far side, off to the kicker's right. With 5 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and in a rather tight ball game so far, Miami out in front by a score of 3-0. That's the end of the first period. Dolphin action continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts, with the score: the Dolphins 3 and the Patriots nothing. Out of the huddle they come as Morrill, the quarterback, splits Twilly to the far side. Paul Warfield to the near side, and Morris and Csonka are the split-backs. In behind Morrill. First down, Dolphins from our 45-yard line. A 36-yard field goal by Upremian, the only score. Here's the handoff to Zonk. Sweep to the right, turns the corner. Inside the 50, and is belted out of bounds on the far side inside the Patriots 45 at the 44-yard line. Larry Little out in front, just devastating people and knocking them away from Csonka. As Csonka rambles down to the Patriots 44, and that is good for another Miami first down, as the Zonk gets 11. So he unofficially needs just 47 more yards. It's a 2nd down and 8 for the Dolphins. The ball at the Patriots 42-yard line, and the Pats so far have been able to stop the Dolphins' ground game pretty good. And they have had 1 pass interception on a Morrill pass. Waiting for the snap now. Earl dropping back to throw. He sets up, has to get it out of there. Swings the screen out to Zonk at the 45, up the far sideline to the 40, dragging tacklers with him inside the 35 to the 30, and he's not knocked down until he gets to the Patriots 29-yard line. A 2nd down and 9 situation coming up from the New England 28-yard line. Nobody's been able to get into the other's end zone. Mandich is now the tight end, and the strong side is to the left. Warfield splits left, fully to the far side. Morrill on 2nd down, drops quickly to throw, fires the middle, caught by Twilly at the 10. He's inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. Howard Twilly on a slant end from the far side, just broke for the middle, and is knocked off his feet down at the 7-yard line, and the Dolphins are now really knocking on the door as Morrill hits Twilly at about the 10, and he got inside the 10 before he was knocked off his feet. And so the Dolphins will have a first down and goal situation from the New England 7.
Mercury's in there, Rick, and I wouldn't be surprised if this next one coming up is that favorite end run.
All right, Twilly goes out, and the Dolphins insert Paul Warfield. They maintain the 2 tight ends with the power blocking. 3rd down and goal from the Patriots 3-yard line. Morris and Csonka, the split backs. in behind Morrow. On the snap, Morrow hands to Morris. The sweep to the left side. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage. He did not get the corner turn. You called it right, Lou, but the Dolphins' execution was not perfect on the play, and Morris is dropped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. The sweep to the near side, and John Outlaw from his quarterback spot is the man who came up with a big defensive play. So that brings up a 4th down. And just as against the Cardinals on Monday night, the Dolphins have not been able to really fire off that football in this first half against the Patriots. Have been denied a touchdown for the second time. Upremian will try a 10-yard field goal. Morrow will hold, waiting for the snap. Here it is, set down. The kick is up, and he's got it up there perfect. Upremian a 10-yard field goal, culminating a 67-yard drive in 10 plays. 9 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in the first half. Dolphin football action continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts, with the score: the Dolphins 6 and the Patriots nothing. That'll bring up a second down, and still 10 for New England. The ball at their 28-yard line. Plunkett is 2 for 7 this afternoon. He's getting a pretty good rush at times, and the Dolphins, of course, when they get into a prevent situation, have the extra linebacker, defensive back in there. He's just 2 for 7. Rucker splits far side, Reynolds to the near side. Tarver and Ashton, the split backs. And behind Plunkett from their 28 on a second down and 10. Jim drops to throw, sets up. Now he's going to run with it out of the pocket. Gets to the 30, cuts to the far side of the 35. Still going, the 40. He's run out of bounds up to the New England 44-yard line. A first down for the Patriots. As Plunkett looked, couldn't find anybody, and this just broke to his left for the far sidelines and picks up a first down. Mataha is back in there to wide receiver, just replacing Reynolds. Third down and 10. Patriots ball from their 44. A single wing, peculiar type set. The running back up close behind Plunkett. He drops back to throw. Now is sprinting back out to his left, being pursued. Turns the corner. 45, 50 in the Dolphins territory. Knocked down at the Miami 49. That will not be enough for a first down. And the tackle made by right cornerback Curtis Johnson.
And Rick, Jim Plunkett has injured an ankle or something. He's limping as he comes off the field.
And Plunkett is limping as he comes off. We have a 4th down and 3 situation, and Brian Dowling, the rookie reserve quarterback from Yale, comes into the ball game. The ball is at the Miami 49-yard line with 8 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in this first half, and Miami maintaining just a 6-0 lead. And Plunkett shaken up on the play, came limping off the field, and they're going to go for it with a 4th and 3 from the Dolphins 49. Mataha splits to the far side. Rucker to the near side. Ashton and Tarver are the split backs. Dowling sets his ball club, waiting for the snap from center, and a flag goes down. Apparently too much time getting the play in. And so Studstill will come in now, and that changes the strategy. They decide not to go for it with what would be a 4th and 8 situation. The ball is marked down back at the Patriots 46, and they will punt. Scott is deep. Anderson is back in there. The shallow man, they get a pretty good rush on him. He hangs it high. Another beauty for Studstill. Scott will make the fair catch for the Dolphins back at the Miami 11-yard line. And that is a 43-yard punt for Studstill. As we remarked earlier, he was averaging 37.2 on his punts coming in. And he's been the main offensive weapon thus far for the Patriots. There's a timeout on the field. Dolphin football action continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts, with the score: our Dolphins 6, the Patriots nothing. It'll be a second down and 10. Miami from our 11. This has not been a spectacular offensive first half. Dolphins just haven't been able to get into the end zone and sustain a drive without having to settle for a field goal. Twilley splits far side. Warfield to the near side. Kick and Csonka. The split backs behind Morrow. The Dolphins second and 10 from their 11. Morrow drops the throw. He sets up. He has time. He fires the middle. It's caught by Warfield at the 30. He's knocked down at the 32. That is a first down for Miami, and that's the first pass that Warfield has caught in several weeks. A 21-yard gain from Morrow to Warfield. 4 minutes, 57 seconds left to go in the half. The Dolphins on a field goal of 36 and 10 yards by Garo Upremian, maintaining a 6-0 lead. And this Patriots defense has been tough. Warfield comes to the near side. Here's the handoff. Coming to Morris. The sweep to the left. He turns the corner. 50 to the 45. Down to the 40, and he spells it out of bounds at the Patriots' 35-yard line. Mercury Morris got a dandy block right at the line of scrimmage, opening the hole. And then he got into the secondary and went for the near sidelines and was bumping off people and was finally knocked out of bounds by Honor Jackson, who had an earlier pass interception. But not before he picks up a first down, a run of some 20 yards for the Merc. And thus far, he has been the big running gun for the Dolphins, 7 carries and 56 yards on the ground. He also made a dandy pass reception earlier in the ball game. Dolphins first down at the Patriots 35. Morrill hands to Morris. The sweep to the right side behind Little. Turns the corner. 30. Down to the 25. And he's down on the far side of the field at about the 23-yard line as Mercury Morris picks up another Dolphin first down with a scamper of some 12 yards. That's second down and 10. 3 minutes and 51 seconds to go. The ball at the Patriots' 22.5-yard line. Morrill drops back to throw. He has time. He is looking down the near side. It is caught by Warfield. He's knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Warfield coming down and curling toward the flag was belted out of bounds by quarterback John Outlaw, and he almost got into the end zone. So the Dolphins pick up a first and goal situation as Morrill hits Paul Warfield. Warfield has now caught 2 for 61 yards. This Patriot defense has been great so far. Very hard-nosed. Well, let's see what they call on third and goal now from the 1-yard line. 2:22 left to go in the half. On the snap, the kick through the right side. He scores! Jim Kick, slanting in behind Csonka, gets into the end zone from 1 yard out, and the Dolphins finally get into the end zone with 2 minutes left to play in this first half, and that for Kick is his 5th touchdown by rushing on the season. That was an 89-yard drive in 13 plays with Kick scoring from 1 yard out. So, with the 2-minute warning, Dolphin football action continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts with the score. The Dolphins 13 and the Patriots nothing.
Rick, we have a report on Larry Little. It's a bruised right knee, the same knee that was hurting coming into the game. Questionable whether he'll play anymore today.
Third down and 10. The Patriots in their 2-minute offense. Back to throw is Plunkett. He sets up, has time. Now he breaks down on him, and Stanfield dumps him. A loss of 12 on the play, and that will bring up a 4th down, and the punting unit comes on. Dolphins will get their hands back on it with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go in the first half, and leading 13-0 against a very stubborn New England football team. Scott and Anderson deep. Here's the kick, almost blocked. He gets it high and gets it deep again, a beauty. Scott grabs it back at the Dolphins 30, starts straight ahead, 35, 40, and he's dragged down behind at the 44-yard line. Jake Scott, a very exciting runner when he finds that daylight, runs with reckless abandon, and Ricky Harris on the specialty teams makes the tackle. That incompletion stops the clock with a 3rd down and 10. 34 seconds left to play in the half. The Dolphins have the football at the Miami 44-yard line. Morrill is 4 for 9 in the forward passing department, has thrown 1 interception. Morrill, hands off, fumble on the play to Morris, and a big scramble for it, loose ball, and the Patriots have it at the Dolphins 26. The handoff from Morrill to Morris went awry. And the middle linebacker, Lou, Ralph Fidrich, is the guy who comes up with it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Rick Mercury never did even have control of that ball. It looked like it went right through his arms. Never did have it in there.
Well, that's unfortunate because it gives them an opportunity here for at least a field goal with 28 seconds to go in the first half, and excellent field position at the Miami 37-yard line. Well, Plunkett is going to run a couple here, try to get better field position. Rucker splits left to the near side is Reynolds. Here is Plunkett, back to throw. He sets up. He fires deep. He's going for the score. Down there is Reynolds. It is caught. A tremendous catch by Reynolds as he got in front of Tim Foley and just plain took it away from him.
Rick, that was Lloyd Mumford. Lloyd came in out of that prevent defense, and Lloyd jumped up and just didn't leave in time.
Right you are, Lou. Well, we apologize to Tim Foley. Mumford had just come in, and we just caught the side view of his number. It was Mumford who had the ball taken away from him by Tom Reynolds, and Reynolds gets his first touchdown of the season, and it didn't take Plunkett long, just 12 seconds from the time that fumble was recovered to get in. So suddenly, the complexion of the football game changes around. The Patriots playing good defense against this fine rushing offensive unit of the Dolphins recover a fumble, and it took Plunkett just one play on a pass completion to Tom Reynolds, who beat Lloyd Mumford on the play to get into the end zone. That for Plunkett is only his 6th touchdown pass of the season. He's been intercepted 22 times. It took him 12 seconds to get on the board, and I have a hunch that the Dolphins are in for a real dogfight in this second half, trying to maintain this unbeaten string. Just 2 seconds showing on the clock left to play in the first half. This will be the last play of the half. 2nd and 10, Dolphins from our 40-yard line. Receivers spread all over the place. Morrill on the snap, drops the throw. He sets up. He fires deep down the far side. No, it's in the middle. Warfield is down there. He makes the catch. A tremendous grab. I believe he held on to it. There's a defensive man all over him. Will be of little significance, however, since he is down at the 13-yard line. And until I'm told otherwise, I'm going to give him a pass reception on that because he held on to the football. A great catch as Morrill was cocking to the far sideline, and then he threw deep in the middle to Warfield, who made a tremendous catch and was grabbed at the 13 and held on to the football as the clock runs out for the first half. That's the end of the first half with the score. Our Dolphins 13, the Patriots 7. 15 first downs for the Dolphins, 4 for the Patriots. Dolphins with 300 yards officially total offense to the Patriots 92. And the Dolphins have 144 yards on the ground. Here is the kickoff now as Garrow gets it high and deep. Back into the end zone is Matthews. He's going to run it out from 5 yards deep. 5, 10 to the 15 to the 20. He's across the 20-yard line, and Dixon drives his way out to the 25. So putting the ball in play will be the Patriots from their 24-yard line. About a 29-yard return that time for young Mr. Matthews. Plunkett, the quarterback, play fake, drops back to throw. He's going to get hit. He swings the pass out to Windsor. At the 30, he battles his way up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Bob Windsor, Dixon drives for the first down as Plunkett just was creamed by Bill Stanfield from the blind side as he got the pass away. Mike Cullen and Doug Swift finally made the tackle on Windsor, but not before the Patriots pick up 12 yards and a first down out to their 36-yard line. The Dolphins' lead is just 13-7. Tarver and Ashton are the split-backs in behind Plunkett. First down, Patriots from their 36. Here's the handoff. Going inside to Tarver, the big rookie from Colorado busts his way into the middle across the 40 to the 41. Ashton and Tarver are the split-backs in behind Plunkett. 2nd and 5, Patriots from their 41. We've just started the third quarter. Plunkett, a long count, drops back to throw. He sets up. He swings the pass out. It's intercepted by Denherter. At the 35, the 30, the 25, and the 20. He gets a block to the 15 and is knocked down at the 10-yard line. Vern Denherter, the Dolphins' left defensive end, just reached his hands up in the air. That was set up to be a screen, and he just stole the ball at about the 30-yard line and runs it back down to the Patriots' 11 before he is tackled. So the big youngster from Central of Iowa continues to distinguish himself on defense, and that is his first pass interception. It thwarts the Patriots, and we have excellent field position with a first down at the 11-yard line. A first down and goal at the 3-yard line on defensive interference against cornerback John Outlaw. Dolphins with a first and goal down at the Patriots' 3-yard line off the pass interference call. They come out of the huddle. They have the two tight ends in there now. And Morris and Csonka are the split backs in behind Morrill. Waiting for the snap. Here is the play fake. Earl looking to throw. Fires. Touchdown. Wide open is Jim Mandich. Right under the goalpost. He play faked to the back going into the line, and then just dropped back a couple of steps and rifled a strike to tight end Jim Mandich. And that drive of 11 yards and 3 plays with Morrill to Mandich, a 3-yard touchdown pass was set up on a pass interception. So with 11:49 left to go in the third quarter, Dolphin football action continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts, with the score: the Dolphins 20 and the Patriots 7. Here's the kickoff. It is high, way back in the end zone, and Matthews this time will not run it out. He downs it for the touchback, and the Patriots will start moving from our left to our right from their 20-yard line. Waiting for the snap now, 2nd down and 8. Plunkett, hands off. Here is the run across the 25, up to the 30, 35 to the 40. This is Ashton to the 50, and he counted it off of territory. Knocked out of bounds on the far side at the 43-yard line. Curtis Johnson got him. Josh Ashton, 205-pound rookie from Tulsa. Almost broke one for the Patriots as they pick up a first down. Excellent field position down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line as he rambles for about 34 yards. That'll bring up a third down. And still about 11 yards to go for a first down as they put it down at the Miami 44. Tarver and Ashton, the splitbacks, in behind Plunkett. Plunkett drops to throw. He sets up, fires. It is dropped. And Walker's going to try a long field goal, 51 yards. And Brian Dowling will hold. And now he calls for an additional man in. They only had 10 men on the field, and Maitland runs off the Patriots bench, gets set to the blocker. Here's the snap, set down. The kick is up. This one is way off to the kicker's left side. It is grabbed by Scott back in the end zone. He decides to down it rather than run it out. And so the Dolphins will take over at the 20 as Walker misses his second field goal attempt. The 51-yarder is wide to his left side. Dolphin football action continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts, with the score. The Dolphins 20 and the Patriots 7. Morrill, the quarterback, and Morris and Csonka, the running backs. Meyer Fleming is the tight end. Al Jenkins continues to play at right guard, and Wayne Moore is now the offensive left tackle. Hand off to Csonka, bowls his way into the middle, gets to the 25, and perhaps to the 26-yard line before he is backed up. Bob Kuchenberg and Jim Langer, the left guard and center respectively, just blowing straight off the ball, and Csonka running in behind them. Ball is at the 26-yard line in Miami territory. Csonka gets 6 yards. That's his first carry for the second half, and he now has 45 yards. He needs 30 more to crack the 1,000-yard mark for the second time. Briscoe splits right. Warfield to the near side. Morris a slot man left. Second down and 4. Miami from the 26. Handoff to Csonka. Tries to slant over the right side and gets a yard to the 27, and that's all before he is brought down. Third down and 3. Miami's football moving from our right to our left from the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Miami leads by a score of 20-7. Midway through the third quarter, Morrill drops to throw. He is firing for Briscoe. He's got it up to 45. Tries to put the juke step on the cornerback and cannot. And is wrestled out of bounds over there at about the Dolphins' 45-yard line, and that will be good for a Miami first down. As Briscoe, the receiver, was wide open on the play, and the man over there covering was Carwell. So Briscoe makes his first pass reception of the afternoon. The Dolphins have a first down up at the Miami 45-yard line. Morrill, thus far in the second half, has thrown 3 times and has completed 3 times. He's 5 for 11 with an interception. He has a touchdown pass in the second half. Here's the handoff. Csonka, big hole, right side, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Carrying tacklers inside the 15, down to the 10. Fumbles the ball. The Patriots, let's see a big scramble for it. Who's got it? Miami's got the ball. Miami's got the ball down to the 9. Zonk was carrying people literally and physically with him. He was tackled inside the 10 at the 9-yard line, and they may have blown the play dead, and that's what they called. Csonka picking up tremendous yardage, and that could be enough for his 1,000 yards. What do we have here, Doug?
Rick, that's a beautiful play. This is really the naked Csonka coming out there without anybody blocking for him. They just fake coming to the left side, and Csonka takes the ball going off there on the right with no one blocking for him, and what a beautiful run.
All right, he does have over his 1,000 yards. We have him for 52 yards in the second half, and with a 39 in the first half. The Dolphins with a first and goal down at the Patriots 9, and the booing is going on, and Morrill cannot hear the signal call. Csonka that time moved for some 46 yards on that run, and he unofficially, I don't think that there's any question about it, that he now has gone over the 1,000-yard mark for the second time consecutively, and in his career, and becomes only the 6th back in NFL history to have achieved this. And certainly our congratulations to Larry. As we said when he did it last year in the final game against Green Bay, you have to have ability along with durability, and he plays hurt all the time, but he still gets the job done. We have him unofficially with 91 yards after that scamper, and he needed 75 coming in. Third down and goal from the 11. Kick goes out, and Mercury Morris comes in. Morris we have him over 100 yards. Dolphins lead 20-7, trying to get another one here with 5:34 to go in the third quarter. Third down goal from the 11. Morris, slot man left. Warfield switch to the near side. Briscoe to the far side. Here is Morrill dropping back to throw. He looks, he fires. It is blocked by Warfield. He juggled the ball around. He had a defensive back hanging all over him. And the ball was just dropped. He could not find the handle on it. And Garrow is in there to try the field goal. This will be about an 18-yard attempt. Waiting for the snap. Here it is, set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance. It is perfect. So with 5:26 left to play in this third quarter, Dolphin football action continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts, with the score, the Dolphins 23 and the Patriots 7. Here's your Premier's kickoff. Rucker moves over to his left, grabs it a yard deep in the end zone, runs it out to the 5, the 10 to the 15, straight ahead of the 20, across the 25, and he is smacked right there. The Patriots start from their 27-yard line. Reynolds splits left. Rucker to the near side. Plunkett drops straight back to throw. Denherter is in on him. Now he fires. It is picked off by the Dolphins at the 40-yard line. Down to the 35, running for the near side is Doug Swift, and he is knocked flat right there. Running laterally for the near side of the field, Doug Swift. The Dolphins' strong side linebacker picks it off, and that for Doug is his first pass interception of this season.
Rick, you said Vern Denherter was there. In addition to Vern Denherter, he has a complete defensive line of Miami. That's the reason we got that interception. Just beautiful. They really stayed all over top of him.
Josh Ashton made the tackle as he intercepted the ball on the far side, ran for the near side, and actually ran it back 5 yards. That's for Plunkett, his second interception of the game, and his 24th on the year. Dolphins now with excellent field position, a first down at the New England 35. Briscoe splits far side, Warfield to the near side. Morris and Csonka, the split backs in behind Morrow. On the snap, here's the handoff. Trap in the middle. Morris runs his way through there and gets about 3 yards down to the 32-yard line, where he's tackled by Ralph Sindrich, the middle linebacker. Warfield to the near side. Briscoe to the far side. Morrow drops to throw, swings a screen to kick up the far side, cuts back to his left, 30 down to the 25-yard line. The ball is at the Patriots' 26-yard line with a 3rd and 1. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this third quarter. The Dolphins breaking it open somewhat to what it was at halftime and in that first half here in this third quarter. They led 13-7 at the half, now lead 23-7. On short yardage, here's the handoff to Morris, sweeps to the right, got the first down, and is driven out of bounds down at the Patriots' 20-yard line on the far side of the field. Al Jenkins out in front, leading the blocking that time, as Merck continues to add to his yardage total, and the Dolphins have a first down at the Patriots' 20-yard line. Morris and kick of the running backs as Csonka is being given a rest. Larry has gone over the 1,000-yard mark, unofficially with our totals. Here's Morrow. The pitch goes to kick. The sweep to the right, cuts back to his left, and gets down to about the 15, inside the 15 perhaps, to the 14-yard line. Dolphins have a second down and 4 from New England's 14, with 1 minute and 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Miami leading 23-7. Morrow sets the club now with a second down and 4. He drops to throw. Has time. He's firing in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Great reception by Marlon Briscoe right on the baseline of the end zone as he got inside the cornerback. And the Patriots are beaten on a tremendous effort by Briscoe, as he was coming off the far side as the wide receiver slanted deep into the end zone, just about a yard away from that end zone baseline.
Rick, that was just a beautiful catch by Marlon Briscoe. Ed Wazakowski and Larry Carwell were all over him, and he just took that ball away from both of them.
And so Briscoe picks up a touchdown, and that is his 4th of the year, as Morrow throws his second TD pass. We have Brian Dowling now in at quarterback, a big rookie from Yale. 3rd down and 8 for the Patriots here, with just 9 seconds to go in the third quarter from their 22. Dowling drops back to throw, now having to rush out of the pocket, being pursued. He is dropped way back at the 2-yard line. Denherter, Stanfield were in on him, and they were really smashing and crashing that time, and Denherter is the man, I believe, who will get credit for it. They put it down at the 3. That's the end of the third period. Dolphin football action continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts, with the score. Our Dolphins 30 and the Patriots 7. Low snap. He gets the kick out of there. It is a low, wobbly end-over-end kick. Scott grabs it 38 and across to 35 and is knocked down at the Patriots' 31-yard line. Henry? Rick, we're going to see the bomber. The Boston bomber, Jim Delgazo, whose home is here in Massachusetts. And he's the left-handed passer who taxied with the Dolphins last year, taxied at the beginning of the season, a greasy injury, and 3 weeks ago against the Patriots, he threw a couple of touchdown passes against this team, so Delgazo is the quarterback. The Dolphins with a 30-7 lead, still 13 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the ball game, and the penalty puts the ball back at the New England 28-yard line. Dolphins now with a 3rd down and 6 from the Patriots' 28. Delgazo back to throw his first pass. He's a left-hander. He is firing deep down the near side. Briscoe cannot get up there. There's a flag. Interference called on New England. On Carwell again. Boy, he's had a rough afternoon. He got beat on a play down near the goal line, and he's been called for interference a couple of times. Briscoe did not have a chance in the world at the football, but Carwell shoved him away from it. So the Dolphins wind up with a 1st and goal at the New England 8-yard line. Briscoe to the near side, Stowe to the far side. Ginn and Lee are the split-backs in behind first-year quarterback Jim Delgado. He hands off inside. Hubert Ginn, he's at the 5. He's got to score. Touchdown, Miami. Hubert Ginn, bouncing off tacklers through a hole on the left side, was jammed up and then sprinted out to his left and found daylight 5 yards into the end zone. Nobody laid a hand on him. Dolphins really broke it open in the 3rd quarter, and the Patriots, playing a fine defensive game in the first half, just could not stop the surge in that 3rd quarter, and the Miami's continued here in this final period. En route to their 12th victory, we still have 13:29 left to play. That drive, 31 yards in 4 plays, with Ginn going over from the 8-yard line. The kick is up, and it's perfect. Dolphin football action will continue in 1 minute. The score, our Dolphins 37, the Patriots 7. Csonka has officially 15 carries for 91 yards, has achieved his 1,000-yard distinction for the 2nd straight year. They did not stop the ball game here as they did in Miami last year to present him with a game ball. Morris has carried 15 times for 113 yards, and Larry is the 3rd man this year in the NFL to go over the 1,000-yard mark. Larry Brown of the Redskins and O.J. Simpson of the Bills already having achieved that distinction. The Patriots, off the touchback, will start 1st down from their 20-yard line. Dowling fades back to pass. He fires in to the near corner of the hook area, and the pass is caught by Rucker, a great reception, and he is knocked down immediately up at the 39-yard line by Bob Matheson. So they pick up a 1st down on the 19-yard pass completion. Rucker was smacked hard, but he held onto the ball. New England has the football. 1st down at the Patriots 39. Brian Dowling at quarterback drops to throw. He fires on a slant in. It is caught by Rucker again, and he is knocked down across the 45 out to about the 48-yard line. Dowling sets his ball club. 2nd and short yardage. He's back to throw. Fires the flare pass out to the far side. It is caught by Ashton, and he runs it out of bounds across the 50 into Dolphins territory at the 46. Bob Matheson was over there covering on the play, and the Dolphins prevent defense. They pick up the 1st down with 12 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the ball game. Ataha splits near side, Rucker to the far side. 1st down, New England from the Dolphins 32. Dowling pumps, lofts the ball in the air. It is knocked away, interference call on Miami. Charlie Babb down at about the 9-yard line. Dowling put that ball up for grabs, and everybody in the ballpark had time to get over there and get a shot at it. But the pass was intended for Bataha, and Babb is adjudged to have interfered with the intended receiver's right at the football. 1st and goal at the Dolphins' 8-yard line. Now Dowling sets his ball club. Play fake, rolls to his right, looks in the end zone, lofts the pass, man open, he's got a touchdown. John Carver. Carver, out of the backfield, is the man who caught the football. And so, Brian Dowling gets on the scoreboard with a touchdown pass. And that's for the rookie from Yale, is his 1st TD pass of the season. Carver was wide open. With 11 minutes and 2 seconds left to play in the contest, Dolphin football action will continue in 1 minute. The score, our Dolphins 37, the Patriots 14. It'll be a 1st down and 25 coming up following the infraction and the march-off. The ball is down back at the Miami 33. Here's a handoff to Charlie. Sweep to the left, and he is going to be tripped up and going for a loss back at the 25-yard line by defensive end Dennis Wergowski. And Wergowski made a fine play and nails him back at the 25, a loss of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 33. 2nd and long yardage. Back to throw is Delgado. Berger in on him. He gets away from him. He fires up the near side. It is intercepted by Honor Jackson at the Dolphin 45. Gets up at the 35 to the 30, looking for a hole, and he's inside the 30 and knocked down at about the 29-yard line. The pass was intended for Briscoe, and Delgado running out to get away from Berger out of the pocket, threw the ball, and Jackson gets his 2nd interception. Wayne Moore and Al Jenkins made the tackle on the play, so the Patriots come up with a 1st down off Jackson's interception at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Brian Dowling will remain the quarterback. We have 6 minutes, 24 seconds to go. It'll be 3rd down and goal from about the half-yard line for the Patriots. They come out of the huddle. Ashton and Tarver, the split-backs, behind Dowling. Dowling is going to sneak the ball, and he sneaks it in. Now he is running to the left side, but the official had already called a touchdown. He sneaked it and bounced off the pile-up and started to sprint out to the left side, and it was crossed out of bounds by Curtis Johnson, and a little pushing and shoving match going in, but the official had already called his forward progress in the end zone. So with 3 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in the ball game, the score now is the Dolphins 37 and the Patriots 21. People trying to run out the clock. Now the ball is at the Patriots 48-yard line, and back is Lothridge at the 37. On 4th down and 14 with 28 seconds to go. Here's the snap. Lothridge gets the kick out of there. It's a wobbly end-over-end kick. Flag goes down. It is grabbed by Harris at the 14. It is knocked down by Hubert again at the 50, but there is a flag. And are we going to get a roughing the kicker call?
I don't think there's any question about it, Rick. He's waving them back. Come on back here.
And they put the ball down at the 43-yard line. So it is running into the kicker. And the ball is placed down at the New England 43. And this, of course, is the first down for the Dolphins. So with 19 seconds to go, Miami out in front 37-21. The game is still alive. And the Dolphins pick up a first down on the running end of the kicker call. Stowe out of the huddle splits to the far side, and Briscoe comes to the near side. Charlie Lee and Hubert Ginn, who have played most of this fourth quarter, are the split-backs in behind Delgazo. He keeps it on the ground, hands to Ginn, sweep to the left, turns the corner, gets to the 45, cuts back to his right, 35, down to the 30, and he is smacked right there at the 30-yard line. Hubert Ginn picks up a first down on a 13-yard run, but there's not going to be enough time for another play, and the Dolphins have won their 12th straight ball game, taking the New England Patriots by a score of 37-21.